another one. I have just come to the realization that this May will actually mark 4 years of me gigging, which is crazy to think. So, May 2019, I took my first ever flyer booking to, gig in a nightclub. And that was for an event called Stomping in Hull. You'll know of them because we've talked about them many of times on the channel, and I've gigged for them a couple of times, which is, um, you know, that is crazy to think that 4 years was has already like passed. Now I know some of you are going to be sat there thinking, well, hang on a minute, Noble, isn't it 5 years since 2019? Yes, it is. But 2020, we obviously had coronavirus, we had the lockdown. So I don't really class 2020 as really a year for gigging, because I wasn't. We was at home, we was locked down, we didn't go out night clubbing for the whole year, so that was we was obviously not allowed to. And then 2021, it wasn't until about June when we actually was able to go back to night clubbing. But from sort of June 2021, well, just before then, I did a little I did the Harder Southwest Fest down in Somerset, which that was a vibe. And then literally ever since then, I've started to take sort of like regular bookings. And when I say regular, we've only sometimes maybe had like the space of like a month or a couple of months without bookings, and then we've had bookings again. So, it has been, to the most part, it has been pretty more or less constant, which is definitely a good thing. We've had that constant, to a good extent. So 4 years, what a vibe, what a highlight. Did I ever think it would happen? Truthfully, I wanted it to happen. I wanted to get to that stage where I was gigging. And what's changed? I mean, I suppose the fact that when I took the first ever booking in 2019, it was a MC booking. And I suppose like nowadays I take DJ bookings, and I've kind of stepped back from taking the MC bookings, which is that is obviously one thing. And I suppose now I just see things a lot differently to what I saw them back then. Lots changed. I've become a lot wiser. I've grown a lot more since I took that first booking. And there's things that I used to think were like the best things since sliced bread, and I've come to realise that they're not the best thing since sliced bread. And if I was to elaborate more into detail, some people maybe wouldn't like that, but unfortunately, it's the sad truth. Unfortunately, you move up as an artist, and you move up as a musician, and you move up as a person, and you realise things that you used to think were really wicked are just not wicked. And and sadly, there's people that don't change and don't move, and they still think that same thing's wicked. And then they wonder, and they get up, like, why don't you think it's wicked anymore? And things change. Um, but I suppose highlights. I mean, what's been some of the best highlights for me? I suppose one of the initial highlights was that first Stomping booking. We can't sort of shove that to a side, because it was the first one, it was the initial one. And I remember sort of that day when the promoter sent me the flyer into my messenger, and said, you're on the flyer, mate. And just kind of, that initial, like, I ran downstairs and said, look, I've, showed me nan, and look, I've been booked. I'm gonna perform in a nightclub. It was so exciting, and I remember just thinking like I'm gonna put so much practice in. And then I actually remember on the night there was loads of jippos, there were loads of gypsies, and they all wanted to mic blag. So I never ended up really getting like the best go on the mic, but it was like still a really cool atmosphere. And I remember taking my mum along. I was like, "Mum, you come into this one. It's my first booking. I've been put on the flyer. I'm MCing here." I remember being like really excited, which was really good. And then I thought it was gonna be like a continuous thing. I thought, oh yeah, they're bound to put me on again. And they didn't actually put me on the next event, and I was a bit like, oh, I thought I was going to be on the next one, but I was still buzzed of that opportunity, and I still went to that brand and carried on supporting after that, like I was proper buzzed. And then sort of I think just after Christmas or something like that. They put me on the birthday event, which was really good. Um, and and then after that one, it's sort of a lockdown sort of a fast hit, but that was an amazing experience just to get that first booking. And then I suppose the Harder Southwest Festival, that was kind of like the first sort of out of the bedroom kind of DJ booking. That was kind of really fun to do. It was different as well because we were kind of on like a farm, and we were in this like barn, and it was like this little shed, and there was decks in the shed. And there was this little like just this like little shed area, and there was an area to dance, and then there was like all like the sound system, and it was live streamed. And that felt like really fun at the time. That felt like something that was really good at the time. And then just being there, and sort of that excitement of traveling so far as well. Like, we're going right down south, and having a bag with me, and it had headphones in it, and it had a USB sticks in it, and thinking like I'm coming down here to DJ. That was kind of like a really cool sort of experience. Getting that sort of opportunity, and then just from there on, one of my biggest experiences for me, I think as a DJ was when I got my first booking with Bounce to Your Drop. So I've got when it comes to bigging up the Bounce to Your Drop team, I've got to big the Bounce to Your Drop team up because they sort of gave me a massive opportunity, really, and they kind of took me from what was initially playing like sort of smaller events to kind of playing something that was a little bit more bigger. There was some like big names involved. I can look up at the flyer now: Club Filler, Charlie Bosch, John Neal. Quite big names. Done a lot of stuff. Club Filler especially. Smashing it at the moment. And that was kind of like a big thing for me to be in a club with them. Just the fact that I'm sharing the stage with them, I'm warming up for them essentially, and I just felt like really honoured and blessed, and I just kind of felt like this is, I've got to do good here, and I did. And then they put me on to the second event, and I played the main room, and I played the second room. That was really good. That was another experience because one of the headliners in the main room actually came into the second room and actually saw me playing, came up and spoke to me, and we've actually became quite good friends from there on as well, which is really nice. But there's been loads of opportunities. There's been loads of great chances. I've been to a lot of different towns and cities, which I'm very blessed for. And a lot has changed from that first day of just getting that first little MC booking that was in like just local in Hull. to now being able to say, look, I go across to Manchester, and I've been down to Birmingham, and like in a couple of weeks I'm going back over to Stoke. That was another, going all the way to Stoke, and that was a big one for me last year, because I did the train journey, and then I kind of like documented it on my Instagram story. It was really good. It was really enjoyable, and it made like a really good night. And I just felt really honoured to be a part of it. And I'm excited to go back again. And then also in about sort of 4 or 5 weeks, we go over to Sunderland. So we're hitting up Sunderland, and then this year we went all the way to Scotland. So there's been so many great opportunities, and I just can't believe that, like, 4 years. I mean, it would technically be five if we hadn't have gone into the lockdown, like I said before. But just really amazing that it's changed from what it was, to what it is now. And I'm still blessed to be still going. I think that is a big key pointer, is that 4 years on, I'm still taking bookings, and I'm still having fun. That is the main thing. I mean, also with music, I got my job as a youth. A youth worker. So like I do an actual part-time job, which is a really fun sort of thing. That I actually, get up in the morning, and go into work, and it's a music related job. Although that, it's a music related job. I'm not sat there playing and making music all day. I've got to do a lot of just like social media promotion, poster making. Got to, sometimes put like videos together. I've got to upload like pictures and things, and do some like really cool stuff that way. And a lot of it is meetings as well. I've got to have a lot of meetings. I've got to email people. That is a big part of the job. But there is a lot of music stuff still involved in it. Like I do run music workshops, and I do make a lot of music within my job as well. So it's really fun. That's really cool, and everything has just really spiraled, and it's been really good to see. There's people out there that that they gig, and then for whatever reason they decide that it's not for them, and they give up. And I'm just, I mean, why they give up, and whatever reasons to why they give up is obviously, it's between them, and what they do. But for me, I'm just blessed that I can keep going. All these years later. And I think another thing as well is, like I said about Bounce to Your Drop, they gave me that kind of like step up from, going on to sort of a bigger stage and playing with some bigger names. And that is all like fine, like fine and dandy and cool. But I love playing, and I love DJing, and I do emphasize that I see a lot of posts online, and people kind of like have these like debates online, and the room too is always like the shit room. And and to me, a booking is a booking. Whether you play the second room, whether you play the main room. Some clubs, if it's big enough, that they have a room free. In my opinion, no room is bigger than another room. Unless like quite literally size wise. But in terms of whether you're if you're on a big lineup and you're playing in the room too, it doesn't make you like, it isn't as less of a booking for you than it is for, say, I don't know, your friend who's playing in the main room. At the end of the day, like, people should be grateful for every booking that they get, because a booking is a booking. It's a chance to go out. It's a chance to do what you do. It's a chance to show what you love. And it's a chance to do things musically, and that's what it should be. And there's a lot of people, sadly, that they kick off that, oh, why are I playing the main room, or why am I playing the second room, and why am I on the first set, and why am I on the last set. And the way I see it is be thankful that you're playing, because there's a lot of people out there that aren't. There's people that only DJ in their bedroom, and they'd love to play out, and they'd be buzzed to play that set that you're going to play at the weekend, even if you are opening up the second room. So for me, I'm blessed. I'm thankful for every single booking, every single promoter that yeah. But there we go. So I thought I'd do this quick little stream. We are fast approaching 4 years, so make sure to like, comment, share, and we'll see you soon.